shift of the United States government and the regulators from an adherence to the fact that cannabis is a Schedule I drug and has no medicinal purpose to this may be or contain some of the greatest medicine of all time is quite a shift.
The most important thing about working with CFCR is the values that we all place on everything. They're here to help you have a voice in regulating cannabis so that when the regulations are written and when they're enforced, that you're part of that conversation.
When Sarah came to the organization, she brought it all together.
And what really drew me to Sherry was because of her background, both with federal agencies, with the administration, the work that she's done in advocacy, and also, just the fact that she's an entrepreneur. And I love entrepreneurs because they bring innovation into everything that they do.
Industry has been out in sort of a wilderness because there is a regulatory vacuum.
The work that we're doing is to inform human health and safety. It is to advance an industry, but it is to do so in a responsible and reasonable manner.
What's really been impressive about Sherry and Sarah is the breadth of their reach in terms of bringing together real substantive experts.
One of the reasons I particularly appreciate CFCR is because in order to get things done in Washington, you need to be informed and have the best people. And CFCR has truly pulled that together.
And that is really, I think, one of the biggest things is DC creates a lot of guidelines, they create a lot of guidance, a lot of regulations, and they're difficult to understand, and our team is here to help you navigate through those difficulties. It's our Science and Regulatory Affairs Committee, and that's headed up by people who are former FDA.
As a former senior official at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, I think one of the unique things that we're doing at CFCR is understanding that sound regulatory policy is based on sound science.
And then we have a really fun corporate and business committee that's being built out, and that's headed by Bruce Linton.
And so if I was pitching McConnell, there is a generation of intellectual property and wealth to be created in America, not just from the crop, but the utilization in all these advanced fashions.
We have a very robust public policy committee. We have really substantial DC insiders on both the Republican and Democratic side.
Nobody was focusing on the regulatory part. You're never going to get the federal government to completely legalize cannabis until they have a regulatory regime. So that's what CFCR does. It's what it's striving for.
Our DEI and Access to Capital Committee is here to help level the playing field. We champion the adoption of regulations and financial incentives that assist those hurt by prior cannabis laws. And we educate the business community and federal agencies about the disparate and the often harmful impact that those laws have had on minorities, the poor, and disadvantaged communities.
And I think what we will be doing is going and helping the industry create a national marketplace, which heretofore has not been done.
No one has impressed me more than CFCR, Sherry and Sarah. It's kind of a no-nonsense and serious approach to the real challenges that this industry faces.
And you want to make sure that you have an advocate on your side who's working with you, who's working in between with the agencies and with the government, that you have a voice in this.
This is just the beginning.